Well, hi everybody. Well, today I'm making crumb cake. A while back we did a crumb cake and I wasn't happy how it came out. So when you're not happy with something, sometimes you often have to redo it. Well, today is honor of musical theater. Oh, Kismet. I did that many years ago, back in 1978. The King and I, it was done in, I'm in the back row, last row. I did The Wizard of Oz. I done so many musical theater. I studied musical theater and I absolutely, loved doing musical theater. Here I am in The Music Man with a solo. Here I am in The Wizard of Oz as an Ozian. Here I am in Carmen back in 1979 as a fruit vendor. And just a few shows among thousands. Here I am in Me and My Girl. And here I am in Bye Bye Birdie. I've done thousands of musical theater plays. Musical theater is a wonderful form of theater. The straight acting, which someday we'll get to that one. But right now we're going to do a crumb cake in honor of musical theater. I'm adding into the cake I made a crumb cake a while back, and folks, I didn't like it. I found it was extremely overly sweet. It just wasn't done right, and I was very disappointed. So we're going to redo this again. 1 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, we're going to put this in here. Put this down, and I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of sugar. Sometimes if something doesn't come out, it's not your fault. Sometimes it's just a bad recipe. 1/2 cup of sugar. I'm now going to add in, let me find where the teaspoon is. Where is the teaspoon? I had it here. Here. I'm adding in it's got a little bit of water. We don't want to take a chance of doing the baking powder. We won't have anything else. 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. Sometimes you just don't know. You don't blame yourself if something doesn't come out. And sometimes it's just a poorly written recipe. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this together. Whisk it, I mean. Now, let's move the water dry. Once you're done with something, you move it. Yeah, I did musical theater. And I actually studied it at college, musical theater, plus regular theater. I took so many classes with musical theater. I studied opera, music theory, you name it, I studied it. Now what I'm going to do, the next one is going to be the wedge. I'm going to do 1 egg. This is going to have a crumb topping on it. Last time he made this, I wasn't happy with it, so I said, well, let's try this again. Pick this up. 1 egg. I'm adding in 1/2 cup of milk. Here we go. I'm now adding in 2 tablespoons of oil. This is going to be oil. But yet the topping is going to be made with butter. Well, you know, it happens. Here we go. We got the 2 tablespoons. Okay. Some of it got in there away from me, so that's what we have, 2 tablespoons of oil. Now, what I want to do now is add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm now adding in a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, we had to redo this. We didn't want to take a chance because I was a little leery of the oil. Some of it slid away from me. So we're going to mix the wet together. It's well combined. A bit more milk here, might as well get rid of it. And then we're going to add in the dry. Okay. If something doesn't look right, you don't take a chance. We'll go adding in the dry. Okay. So mix this together. Often you need more. But I have a very strong feeling this is going to be dry, and we're going to need more. Yep. I thought so. See how dry this is? It's too dry for my comfort zone. I'm adding in more milk. It says 1/2 cup of milk. But sometimes, folks, you got to go more than what the recipe calls for. It's just too dry. Way too dry. Here we go. Let's try to mix it together. Much better. Okay, I'm grabbing the big cake pan. This is going to spread and it should rise. Okay, the last time we used a cake pan, I found it too small and not comfortable. We're going to use a bigger cake pan this time. Let's get this spread out. I'm going to spread it all over the place. Okay, let me get my spatula. Now, the next thing we want to add is the crumb topping. It's going to be 2 1/2 cups of flour. I just got to grab my measuring cups. I want to make sure this is nice and clean. It looks very thin, so let's just hope for the best, folks. That's all I can tell you. Let's just hope for the best. Because sometimes you gotta go through 100 recipes to make something come out the way you want it to come out, or you know. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to start the crumb top. We're going to add in 2 Okay, 2 1/2 cups of flour. It gets into the cake, don't worry about it. It's made with flour anyway. Only kidding. Okay. Okay, put this over here. We're gonna go to 1 cup of brown sugar. Let's put this over here. We don't want to have a melted cake. It looks very thin, so let's just hope for the best. Okay, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. It's almost like when you make a crumb cake, very similar. There we go. We're going to whisk this together, and then we're going to top the cake and bake it. Okay, get with these big balls, and then we're going to crumb the cake. We're going to whisk this together. Okay, now the butter. You need 2 sticks of butter, unsalted. We're going to mix this together. This is why it's called crumb topping. And what I'm going to do is make little peas out of this and top the cake with it. Now it's very thin and it should rise. Okay, little teeny peas. Like when I make my meatballs, it's like we're going to use teeny little peas on the whole cake. About 30 minutes to have a crumb cake. See, a lot better than it did the first time. Now the next thing is we're going to just sprinkle some powdered sugar over here. Not too much, just enough to make it look like a wonderful, delicious homemade crumb cake. And oh, folks, you have no idea how good it smells. And that's all I'm going to put in powdered sugar because we don't want to over-sweeten it and we really get too sweet. So anyway, this is a crumb cake in honor of musical theater, all the plays that I've done. In fact, right now I'm doing a Valentine's Cabaret, which is going to be on February 15th, and I'm doing 2 numbers with that song, with that play. Deborah's Home Country Kitchen. Please subscribe to my wonderful YouTube channel.